Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division I programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Incredible! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save and spark our champions. Good on, Pepe!
It doesn't get any better than that.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Game and Frame broadcast, coming to you live from the Sousa Sports Complex in Central Islip. My name is Francis Argueta, bringing you crunch time soccer from the UPSL North American Premier Division. In today's matchup, current second place New York Renegades host a struggling Kelmendi FC. Renegades have bounced back to normal form since losing game week 2. They've won 3 and tied once. Kelmendi, though, are looking to right the ship after having lost their last 4 games by a combined score of 22-3. With only a couple games left in the regular season, every point counts towards potentially reclaiming first place for the home team. And next up on the schedule after this one will be New York Braveheart. It should be a goal fest today, so stick around for the kickoff in just a couple of minutes. And today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. Better late than never is what they say. And we are just about ready for kickoff here from the centralized Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island between New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. A bit of delay for multiple reasons here from Long Island, but there's the whistle we were waiting for, and things are on their way now on Game and Frame between the New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. Renegades in their very familiar orange and blue, facing Kelmendi in white and black. We have the starting lineups, and I'll bring them to you once we get a chance. I think right now would be the best time to do that. In net for the Renegades, the home team, second place, it is Giancarlo Perez. And they have a back four, which I will bring to you soon, right after this action ends. And it continues here with number 23 putting a ball into the box. Defense is two at first. Now they'll have to deal with it. That is number 21, Manuel Jalad, trying to play from the back over to Samuel. And they do well to play from the back, get rid of the danger, and maybe start a counterattack of their own. Here comes the ball looking for Valdrin Lecocage, number 10. And that goes out of bounds. Back four of the Renegades consists of Cristian Garcia, Jason Solano, Samuel Cáceres, and Dylan Woods. The midfield is Milton Campos, and above him, Daniel Urquillas and Angelo Quintanilla. Front three consists of Sebastian Ruiz, Mario Barrionuevo, and Eric Turcios. Here is Solano playing on his teammate, Dylan Woods, and back to Samuel Cáceres. Combination of starters, usual starters, and a bit of incorporating a bit of the bench for the Renegades. They are playing still, seeking that first place position that we're accustomed to them being in. They've had to climb their way back into second place. And Empire actually currently takes that spot, but with the win, Renegades will reclaim second place behind New York Braveheart as that ball goes out of bounds. The starting lineup for Kelmendi FC is Marcel Jalaj in net, number 1, with the back four of Manuel Jalaj, Glorian Huksha, Yili Sufaj, and Jurgen Lakaj. Midfield is Claudian Naika, Demba Cham, and Czech Ragami. Their front three consists of Samuel Pulmaj, Stephen McCulley, and Valdrin Lecocage. It should be a good one. The goals are sure to be coming in this game for Renegades. For the most part, you would expect. This Kelmendi squad, as mentioned in the intro, has given up a whopping 22 goals in 4 games to their 3. And there's an early foul called on Kelmendi. It'll go for a Renegades free kick. Kelmendi making the long trip down to Long Island. And Dylan Woods keeps that in play, puts the ball into the box. It goes all the way across the other side of that box, kept alive. Now the second ball is put in. There's a header and is off target, but only by a little. It'll be a goal kick for Marcel Jalaj to deal with. This Renegade squad incorporates a lot of different players who can step in and get the job done from the bench. Many from their usual lineup, like Eric Edwards in net and Francisco Flores in the back line, aren't starting in today's game. Junior Rosero, their main man up top, getting a rest to start the first half. And here comes Turcios over to Quintanilla. It's a ball that Ruiz will try to keep in play, and he does. The left winger trying to keep the offense alive. He goes over to Milton Campos. This goes to Uquillas, and a miscommunication there. Gives the ball right back to Kelmendi. Mario Barrionuevo takes over for Junior Rocero's spot up top. He has some big shoes to fill, but he has the talent to make up for it. Here is the ever calm and confident Samuel Cáceres. Plays on his teammate to play from the back for Renegades. A bit of a jovial mood before kickoff. They were loud and energetic, feeling confident, and seeking all 3 points today as they make a tournament run year in and year out. Here comes a ball into the box, not dealt with well, but the fourth defender gets to it and gets a clearance. And now Demba Chan will try to start a counter for Kelmendi if he has the teammates to support. And he's trying to send over Samuel. Woods does well to read that ball first. It'll just result in a throw-in for Kelmendi. Claudian. And Samuel will try to keep that in play. He does. And Dylan Woods comes to get rid of that. And it looks like it'll end up being a goal kick for Giancarlo in net. At least that's what the linesman has signaled for. But the main official is showing that a corner is going to be taken. First corner of the game for Kelmendi. And here comes the ball. Into the box it goes. It's a good one. Nobody's able to reach it first time around. It'll go on the other way for a goal kick. This time for Giancarlo Perez. A good ball to put the team in danger. No one to put it into the back of the net yet. Comes Christian Garcia over to Samuel Ruiz. Angelo Quintanilla, the usual partner up top for Sebastian, is actually playing in midfield today in a more backtrack position. There's Campos, the 6th for the squad. And there's a tackle and foul on Eric Turcios. Looks like the ref will give a talking to the player, but nothing more. Eight minutes down, still no score between the New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. Renegades suffered that shocking upset loss game week 2, but since then they bounced back. And here they're looking to bounce up with the goal and a crucial tackle there by the defender. Number 5, Jurgen Nakaj, forces a corner the other way around, this time for the New York Renegade. Looks like Sebastian Ruiz will be the man in charge of this set piece for the home team. There's the whistle from the referee. It's a good ball into the box. Defense to it first. Woods keeps it alive. Demba just trying to clear it any way possible. And it goes to Garcia, who will start to play up once again with Angelo. This is Sebastian. And Dylan Woods is the one expecting that ball, but doesn't get to him as the defense was to it first. Now it's Samuel. Ragami does well to hold it from Manuel. Cáceres well positioned there. A series of rebounds. And it lands for Campos. Garcia not able to keep that in play. Kelmendi with an early press in this first half. Not making it comfortable for Renegades to play from the back. That's a loose throw in there. But Kelmendi looking to recover possession. There's a certified clearance by Samuel Cáceres. Barrionuevo trying to get to that ball. Instead, it'll be a throw-in heading for the home team. Cáceres playing the captain's role today. Goes over to Turcios. And now Turcios is looking for Quintanilla. Quintanilla cuts in, cuts out. Gets a back pass there and still inside for Renegades. And a wildly shot off target there for Quintanilla, I believe it was. Renegades getting into the positions they are needed early on, but not able to put a shot on target up to this point. 10 minutes down in the first half, still a score of 0-0. Here's Demba. Renegades get the ball right back. This is Milton Campos on the ball looking for a run. He finds Quintanilla instead. Looks like Ruiz is asking for it down in the left wing. Daniel Uquillas sends the ball in, and I believe the player was coming from an outside position. So he'll let it go out for another ball that Kelmendi will control. So far, so good for this defensive back line of Kelmendi. They've given up a lot of goals lately, and Renegades are known for scoring a lot as well. So all things considered, they're doing well. Had an injury there for the forward, Valjean Lecocage. And the referee is forced to bring a stop to play as the forward will need to get attention. Though the player's back to his feet, he will need to exit and wait until the official gives him the clear to enter back onto the pitch. Looks like the Kelmendi players took exception to that challenge. No call from the referee though. It'll be a drop ball once the official gives the signal here for play to resume. And he allows the player to enter back onto the pitch. Goes all the way back to Giancarlo Perez, who is in net. Now Quintanilla drops it down with his chest. He goes out wide to Christian Garcia, who sees a run by Barrio Nuevo. And Ruiz will get a handball called against him. Neither team up to par quite yet, but it's still the early stages of this game, which started with over a 10-minute delay. So, looks like both teams are still trying to get their feet wet tonight. And it is a beautiful Saturday evening here from Long Island. Very little wind, mid-60s, perfect for soccer in the UPSL. Good pressure by Kelmendi so far. It allows them to win the ball here. Stephen McCulley over to Cham, and Cham goes back. Every possession will matter here for the visiting team. And that ball was a bit of miscommunication for the team in white. Renegades will recover. This is Daniel Uquilla. This is Garcia now. Slow and steady for the Renegades as they try to build up their offense. Dylan Woods gets the ball the right end, and now Barrio Nuevo will put a ball into the box, dangerous area. There's a header, and there's the opening goal, but an offside flag is raised by the lineman, which will nullify that goal. Not sure if it was on the header or on the final touch, but one way or another, the game will remain 0-0. Here's Demba Chan, middle of the field, has some room to work with. We'll send it over to where there's two white jerseys, but he can't find either. Woods plays it on quick to Turcios. Now it's Campos. Sees Ruiz by himself, left side of the pitch. Has time and space to work with. Sees a run by Garcia. Ignores him. He finds, I believe that is Quintanilla. And now here is a shot by Campos. And once again, wide off target. Renegades getting in some open positions early on, but unable to put a shot that'll really make it difficult for the keeper in net. Solano does well to win it back for the home team. And this is Uquillas, who sees a run by Barrio Nuevo. Can't find them on that occasion. But the intention is clear. And that is a misread by the Demba, but luckily enough, it goes to Kelmendi. And this is a very clear offside. Samuel not able to time his run that occasion. For Kelmendi, you'll take this as a win. Visiting team, late start. A bit of chaos to start this game, and almost 20 minutes into the first half, the score remains 0-0 with current third, soon to be second place with the win, New York Renegades. Kelmendi does sit in 8th place. Renegades also have a couple games left in the season and also a makeup game with Brooklyn FC2 that was postponed earlier in the season. So first place hopes are still very much alive for the home team. Campos sees the run by Quintanilla, feeds it to him. Turcios was not able to get it to that occasion. Forward was almost there anyway, but goalkeeper does well to read that ball. Renegades keep the ball alive, middle of the field. This is Quintanilla. Still trying to incorporate these new pieces to the starting lineup. And they find Turcios. And now over to Daniel Uquilla. Ruiz asking for it. A bit too hard of a pass, but he keeps it in bounds, tries to put a cross in, gets deflected by the defender, and it lands back to Ruiz. Renegades recover almost as quickly as they lost the ball there. And now Solano is looking for Turcios. Turcios cutting inside. Defense does well. But here it lands for Barrio Nuevo. Takes a shot. And keeper, unfortunately, hits it out for another corner for Renegades. if I'm not mistaken, based on his movements, this looks like a makeshift keeper for Kelmendi. Didn't have a great goal kick earlier in the match. So just my inference based on the movements. Here comes a corner from Renegades. There's a header and there's a foul against the home team. It'll be a free kick for Kelmendi to work with. And stay tuned for the games headed your way tomorrow on Game and Frame. Hoboken FC 1912 faces Greek Americans at 4 p.m. in the UPSL Metropolitan Conference. Also at 4 p.m., International faces Pan-Cyprian Freedom. Same conference, same division, 4 p.m. UPSL Metropolitan action headed your way tomorrow on Game and Frame. Daniel almost gives a ball away there, but to keep it alive, Dylan Woods with space, making his way up the field. He goes over to Campos, asking for it on the left side. That looks like Ruiz, and he plays on to Christian Garcia, who puts a ball into the box. Defense to it first. And it'll go away for another corner headed for Renegades. Kelmendi doing everything they can to prevent the first goal from entering the nets. So far, they're doing a good job at it. That corner's taken quickly, and Quintanilla will put a ball into the box. Solano was looking for it. And now, take two. Here's another ball. Looking for Cáceres. It goes all the way to Turcios, who takes a bad bounce, but Turcios will keep it alive. Uquillas. Back to Turcios. Here comes another cross. And defense to it first once again for another corner. Jurgen, the defender that time, to head that ball away. Renegades putting extra pressure from these set pieces. Once again, above everybody, Turcio's not able to keep it in play this time around. It'll be a goal kick heading for Marcelo Jalaj. And stick around at halftime. We'll be showing you the September goal of the month, courtesy of Game and Frame. Keep an eye on our Instagram page as well at Game and Frame to place your vote. And the winner will get an air case, assault air case cleat bag. So every vote counts for the winner at that prestigious award. Daniel Uquilla sees Woods teasing the edge of the box. He puts the ball into the box. Headed away. Woods will try again, this time with Daniel. There's a clear foul against Samuel. Milton Campos switching the field over to Christian Garcia. Now Ruiz over to Campos. To Woods. And now it's Turcios making a move inside. Woods back to Turcios. Garcia asking for it, and he gets it. There's a cross back into the box. Defense well positioned on that case. Defense was asking for the offside flag. Ref says no. And now they're working on a counterattack. They have some numbers entering the opposing end of the half, but Woods well positioned to get in the way of that pass. Quintanilla making a move, and that gets intercepted. Samuel Cáceres, calm despite the pressure in his face. Still a scoreless game 25 minutes into this match between the New York Renegade and Kelmendi FC. Barrio Nuevo finds the run by Garcia. Middle of a shot and a cross. And I believe that is an offside flag once again. Back line being well committed to that line to force those offside plays. And Kelmendi, one way or another, has kept this game scoreless for 25 minutes against one of the leading goal-scoring teams in the division. Quintanilla reads that well, takes a long-distance shot. And there's a foul against Quintanilla on that shot. Looks like the defender got in the way right before he took the shot, and he took him with him. Player is still down. Will require attention. During this break, I'll let you know that today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobras, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. The player gets back to his feet. That is Czech Ragami, who will need to exit the pitch before play is resumed. Renegades aren't kept scoreless for this long period of time in most games, but something tells me they're very comfortable where they are. Just trying to build some more chemistry with the players on the pitch. And I believe, I thought that was going to be a sub, but that seems to be just Demba Chop. Referee is waiting for something to take place, but play does resume. Playing in tight corners, and somehow they get out of it, but too strong of a pass gives it right back. And now Eric Turcios is making a move forward. He's surrounded and met by white jerseys. He goes over to Quintanilla for refuge, and now Woods gives it right back to Quintanilla, who switches the field over. That lands for Garcia. Ooh, and that is read well. Otherwise, Quintanilla was going to be one-on-one with the keeper. This lands anyway. Turcios takes a shot. And it is wide off target once again. We are now nearing the half-hour mark to continue the scoreless draw between New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. And they give it away. And now Renegades is through on goal, and defense continue to keep this scoreless. Almost paid the ultimate price in that occasion, but wasn't to be. Instead, Renegades get a corner. Kelmendi is making the trip over from Yorktown Heights, New York, to Long Island. And so far, they've shown up to play and keep this game tightly contested. Here comes the set piece. Can't get past the first defender. They'll have to do it again. This time, it looks like it'll be from a throw-in, and that ball is going to be lost in the woods. We'll need a separate ball to be put into play. Barrio Nuevo didn't see the run coming from the defender. It'll be a foul against. Visiting team just doing everything possible to make things difficult for the home team. Another player is down after that challenge. I still don't see this home team shaken up. They seem pretty much unfazed by the scoreline. They're very much familiar with this league and with getting victories year in and year out. Coach Boris Linares watches on from the sidelines. We'll see if a sub will be needed in the second half to turn a little bit of more energy onto this pitch for his team. This will be played back to Giancarlo Perez, who's had very little involvement in the match up to this point. Garcia has gotten involved a time or two. He plays on Quintanilla, but too strong of a pass there. Demba recovers. Now he takes on a few defenders. And that's a strong challenge from the back on Dylan Woods. And Demba was teasing the referee with that. Could have easily gotten a yellow card for kicking the ball out of play, but it'll be just a talking to. It was a rough challenge on Dylan Woods. Still no yellow cards in this first half. Here is Solano over to Garcia. Quintanilla's making a run. He goes over to Barrio Nuevo instead. Good defense by Glorian Huckshaw to get the ball back for his team. And now Dylan Woods recovers for Renegades. Quintanilla over to Ruiz. Ruiz eyeing his opponents, finds Campos. Now Daniel Ukia. And it'll result in a goal kick for Kelmendi. .34 minutes into the match, that scoreline is correct. It is still 0-0 in a Renegades game. Kelmendi sends Samuel. Samuel has some room down the left wing, most room he's had in this first half, and Woods comes to close that up. And referee seems to think that bounced off Woods. Woods plays it on to Cáceres. We're yet to see a real shot on target on either keeper. Mario Barrionuel was making a good run up the pitch. That time they didn't find him. The attack and offense still on though. Ruiz has some speed behind those legs. Puts a ball across the box. Sliding challenge by Glorian. Forces another corner. And we have 10 minutes left of regular time remaining in the first half between New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. Short corner. There's a, and it's played right where the forward needed it, but couldn't put the finishing touch to give us the first goal of the game. I believe that was Samuel Cáceres who had the shot, and it was right at the goalkeeper. Well drawn out set piece there from the home team, but it lacked the execution needed to find the first goal of the match. And now, Quintanilla with a lot of room. He has Ruiz to his right. Holds off the defender. Now Daniel Ukia showing support. Daniel over at the Woods. Woods can take this if he wants it. Instead, he chooses to Turcios. Turcios puts the ball into the box. And it was deflected away from the defense. Renegades moving quickly. Over to Ruiz. Garcia now. Campos. Woods. Cáceres teeing it and taking a wild shot. Wildly off target. Another goal kick for Marcel to deal with. If this game goes scoreless into the half, it'll be a victory for visiting Kelmendi FC. That's a better goal kick from the keeper. Solano, giant leap, wins it in the air. And now they find Barrio Nuevo making a run. Keeper comes out just in time to read that and get that ball safely into the hands. And now Kelmendi looking for offense. Strong touch there, finds Ruiz. Ruiz finds Barrio Nuevo, takes a turn, takes a fall, takes a shot. And no signal from the referee. I think he just didn't see a foul. He didn't signal play on. A strong challenge there. And Renegades get the ball back. Quintanilla calmly playing that ball under pressure. This is Campos. Quintanilla. Good pressure by the defense still. Demba looking to drop that ball down, and he does. Now trying to get away from his own zone. And there was a run by Samuel being made. Wasn't able to be found in this occasion. It's still alive, up until they gave it right back. And it looks like a foul was called on that pass. Check Ragami behind the ball. Now they look for Samuel. The other Samuel gets to that ball, Samuel Cáceres. And as far away as possible. Almost into the parking lot. Garcia. Now Ruiz. Looking to make a push for a goal before the halftime whistle. And that was not well dealt with by the defense. Daniel Urquilla has a shot. And once again, none of these shots have really troubled the goalkeeper on either side. And there's about 5 minutes left of regular time to go. Kelmendi will look to close out the half with a clean sheet. Quintanilla. Over to Ruiz. Mario Barrio Nuevo. Sebastian Ruiz. Surrounded by two defenders. Now Garcia will put a ball into the box. Valdrin looking to send Samuel. They haven't been able to find them on too many occasions for the first 40 minutes of this match. Solano plays on Turcios, who now goes over to Daniel Ukia. Garcia now will put a ball into the box. There it is. Barrio Nuevo gets it at his feet, takes a shot. Deflected away, kept alive. Cutting inside, Ruiz. Excuse me, that was Garcia. It lands to Ukia now. Quintanilla over to Dylan Woods. And this defense has been rock solid to start this game. Dylan Woods, will he try it again? He holds off. Instead, he goes to Ukia. Quintanilla, excuse me. That was Quintanilla, and another wide off-target shot. We'll milk more time off of this clock. A reminder what was said in the broadcast. Kelmendi enters this game losing their last 4 games by a score of 22-3. Yet this game remains scoreless. Well positioned from the defense. Rare Samuel touch here. And he gives it right back to the opposing squad. Samuel Plumage trying his best to get involved in this match. And now Perez. Garcia making his way up the field. Quintanilla recovers. Ruiz begging for the ball. Instead, he chooses to go with Garcia, and that was too heavy of a touch. Or pass, I should say. Looks like a sub is being made for the visiting team. Looks like number 9, Glorian Hoxha, is the player that can't resume play and will be forced off with the sub. He looks like he was lingering for the last few minutes on the pitch. In his place, Philip Tony, number 15, enters the pitch for what is left of this first half, which will be about 2 minutes of regular time, plus whatever is added from the official. This is Phillips' first touches on the match. Cáceres. And at first, it seemed like this home team was well under control despite not being able to score, but now a bit of tension is arising because they near the halftime whistle. No goals scored on this visiting squad that has allowed over 20 in the last 4 games. Marcel trying to play from the back. Clearance over to Philip. Manuel won't be able to keep that in play. And there is a halftime whistle. No time is added, to my surprise, to be quite honest with you, but it'll end for the first half 0-0 between New York Renegades and visiting Kelmendi FC. Stick around for halftime as we show you the goals of the month of September on Game and Frame.
Rosero drifting deep, and it's Oscar Rivas! Oh my word! Stunning! Oscar Rivas with another moment of cup magic!
Happy to keep this ball. Floated forward to McDade. I don't see the flag up. What a finish that is by Brian McDade. Off the underside of the bar and in.
Then Suarez on it, gets a foot on it. Opportunity, open goal! It's Eric Rincon who opens the scoring for Galicia.
It's in the box, in the mate to it first. Defense to his second. Rojas with a long shot, and what a goal! What a strike for number 4!
With his leg. Goes long for Neme. Neme controls it well. Garcia, chip to the run of Neme. Will he get a shot? Tight angle! Finishes for Nicolas Neme. Set up by Ivan Garcia with the chip assist. And Neme, a good finish inside the left post, and it's 1-0 Ironbound very quickly here at home.
Scan across and make sure everything is closed up. Here's Yusuf Afif. Gets away from the defender. Yusuf Afif off the crossbar! Newly repaired, put back into order, and Yusuf Afif says, let me give it a quick testaroo.
Jayakanta central. Dana again takes a shot. What a finish from the number 7! Just like that.
Schwartz. Schwartz trying to get around Gralla. He does. Schwartz! Schwartz! What a run by Brandon Schwartz!
Rose got a touch over Gene right at the goal line and in. Gene didn't come get it in time. And it's delicately put in. First the touch over by Rose, and then sliding to finish.
Sabovic wobbling, immaculate by Sabovic. That is delicious. Immaculate in its construction. It wobbled and weaved all over the place.
Tangled with Cardozo, no foul. Oliveira, he will shoot, and when they chipped him again from over 30 yards out, it's Ricardo Oliveira, his 4th, and there's the second for Ironbound, the second chip, and this is excellent from Oliveira.
Paz gets past 3. Paez, the ball, boot shot! It's a rocket! Brahim Aboud with a rifle from his left foot.
You can head over to our @Game and Frame Instagram page. That is @Game and Frame, one word, on Instagram, to vote for your favorite goal of September. The winner will get a Sol Athletic Air Case cleat bag. Voting ends tomorrow midnight. That is Sunday, October 5th, 11:59 p.m. to place your vote.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish. Flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobacs, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
We are ready, or getting ready, for the second half kickoff between New York Renegades and Kelmendi FC. It was a scoreless first half, 0-0. Not common for either of these teams. But we'll see what both teams are making in terms of changes at that halftime break to score the first goal of the game. From this perspective, I can tell you it was not the score I expected for the first half. But the teams are getting ready to get things going once again for the second 45 minutes from the Sousa Sports Complex on Long Island in Central Islip. Doesn't look like the home team made any changes to their lineup. It'll be the same 11 as the first half. Philip Tony came in the first half, towards the end of the first 45 minutes for the player that came off due to injury, I believe it was, Glorian Hoksha. We started with the delay in the first half, over 10 minutes, and we're starting with a bit of a delay here for the second half as well, as both teams get set and take their sides. Goalkeepers give the okay to resume the match. And there is the whistle to get things going once again between the New York Renegades, I should say, and Kelmendi FC. Kelmendi starting with the ball. You see them in all white with black numbers. Renegades, the home team, playing in their orange and blue. Kelmendi on the offensive to get things going in the second 45 minutes. A good defensive performance for them to keep it scoreless for the first half. And there's a foul called on that tackle. It'll be the first yellow card of the match. And I'm looking to see, I'm not sure if it was number 14 that got that yellow. That'll be Claudian Naika. He is the one who is making the most expressions there with his frustrations on the defense. So I believe that is who the yellow card was shown to. There were two men in the area, and this is a dangerous area to give a free kick to. The wall is getting set for Kelmendi. It looks like it is going to be two people on that wall. There's a whistle, and here's a cross into the box. It was going to be a diving kick from Solano. And it is played all the way back to the opposing goalkeeper, that is Giancarlo Perez. And that's a bad giveaway. The player who was up the pitch was in an offside position, so he couldn't go for the ball. Otherwise, that could have been danger for the home team. There is a sub on the pitch. That is OJ Bedware, number 12, who comes on. It may be for Samuel Cáceres, who the center back comes on for. I don't see him on the pitch. And now this is Ruiz, one-on-one, taking on his defender. A deflected pass goes to Quintanilla. And now Campos will try to keep it in play, and he does. Will weigh his options. He goes back to Solano. Well done by Renegades to get possession back. Garcia keeps it in play, not for long. He gives it right back to Kelmendi. A good defensive performance in the first 45 minutes has this game scoreless. Very little shots on target for either keeper, though. Samuel. Ukia finds Christian Garcia, who puts a ball into the box. No second thoughts about it. Goes all the way to the other end. I believe that is Dylan Woods. And Ukia keeps it alive. Dylan Woods will go for take two. Here comes another cross. Ruiz is on the other end of that. He's not able to put the finishing touch to find our first goal of the match. Instead, it'll be a goal kick headed for Marcel Jalaj. And today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobox, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobox gets you closer to the action. And there's the first goal of the match. Out of nowhere, Milton Campos scores the first opening goal against Kelmendi. The back line is beaten and Renegades go up by a score of 1-0. Powerful and confident finish from the midfielder gets us going. We knew that scoreless draw wasn't going to last for long, and now Renegades smell blood in the water and looking for more. That pass was intercepted. Kelmendi now will play from a deficit for the first time in this match and will need to find a response. Here is Samuel Plumage trying to get that started already. The 10 moves up the pitch, one-on-one with OJ Bedward. And OJ does just enough to win the foul. And a yellow card is shown to the forward, Valjean Lekokaj. And it looked like the forward is complaining his foot was being held by the center back. Referee doesn't want to hear it. He gets the second yellow card of the match. They shake hands, but not sure if that was dealt with yet. The referee will now get a talking to OJ. Looks like he spoke with the linesman who saw everything, but I don't believe he's going to give a yellow. And play eventually resumes here with Giancarlo. Referee spoke with both players. And now Barrio Nuevo looking for that ball that was sent in his direction. Instead, goalkeeper Marcel exits his box well to get that ball back in possession. The defense from Kelmendi eventually fell through, but it was the first goal of the match. It is just a 1-goal deficit that the visiting team faces. It could be worse. Renegades' real shot on target opens up the scoring. And now Woods puts the ball into the box. Defender heads it away. It'll be the first corner of the second half. I'll finish that read from earlier. Today's Game and Frame broadcast is brought to you by Petrobox, your gateway to Spain and Portugal. From unforgettable vacations to exclusive soccer group trips, Petrobras gets you closer to the action, the culture, and the biggest teams on the Iberian Peninsula. Visit Petrobras.com and start planning your dream trip today. There comes a corner. Goalkeeper, safe hands. Plays on Philip Tony. And now Campos intercepts. Quintanilla looking to play it. And it lands to Campos, the goal scorer of the match. A well-timed sliding challenge prevents the cross from cutting through, but it'll result in another corner for New York Renegades. There's another cross into the box. There's a powerful header. Goalie makes his first real save, and is an important one to keep this just at a 1-goal deficit. Marcel, good reflexes there for an important save for the Kelmendi squad. And now they go again. Runs are being made. Outside of the box it goes to Turcios. And now Mario Nuevo puts the ball across the box to Ruiz, and Ruiz scores! 2-0 for the home team. Ruiz makes it 2. Well-developed play for Renegades to double their lead, and now they are cooking. Now it is a 2-goal deficit, and it becomes a bigger hill to climb for Kelmendi. Kelmendi's defense could only do so much for the ever-present attacking presence of Renegades, and they're still looking for more. They are going to look to take advantage of the gift that they just got received. Ruiz looking to take on 2 defenders, gets past one, now puts a cross into the box. Dealt well by the defense. Ruiz keeps it in play. And now they're looking for the clearance. And that has to be a yellow if it's called by the referee. I still don't see a card being shown though. Waldron takes the sportsmanship, but doesn't seem too pleased that one-on-one duel in the second half has been intense since OJ has entered the pitch. And it looks like Renegades are preparing subs to enter in the next break in action. Here comes the set piece. It lands for Waldron. And now Quintanilla. Pressed, not being made easy. And now Samuel Plumage has an attack here, but he gives it away. Not the pass he was looking for. Turcio takes a bad bounce. Still in action for Kelmendi. Solano wins that duel. And a well-timed tackle wins it back for Kelmendi. Back and forth, possession goes. And now they finally get a foul in the opposing half. And in the meantime, 2 subs will enter the game for Renegades. Milton Campos, the goal scorer, will be one of the subs to exit the pitch, as well as Eric Turcios. Kilmar Campos enters the pitch, as well as Junior Rosero, the starter and main man up top for the most part. Long distance shot, and a strong hand tips it over the net for a corner heading for Kelmendi's way. That may be the first shot on target from the visiting squad. This game has sure picked up in the second half, as most of us expected. Kelmendi now looking to get a goal back in their favor. And here comes a cross to make that happen. Unfortunately, it was not a good one. No white jerseys in the area, and Renegades look to play from a counter with Christian Garcia, but well done by Samuel Plumage to prevent that from happening. OJ plays on Solano. And now Dylan Woods in that advanced position. Puts another ball across the box. There's Barrio Nuevo, not able to put the finishing touches. That was actually Rosero, I believe it was. And now another cross goes into the box. It lands for Quintanilla, not able to put a touch on it. Kilmar keeps it alive. Over to Rosero now. Takes a shot, and it is wide off target. It'll be just a goal kick for Marcel. Keep an eye on our Game and Frame broadcast tomorrow, as Hoboken FC faces New York Greek Americans at 4 p.m. And also at 4, New York International faces Pan Cyprian Freedoms. UPSL action on Game and Frame, which you can find on YouTube. Confident leap from the center back to drop it down. And now he gets it back. Now he looks for Woods. Deflected away out of bounds for a throw-in for Renegade, who now feel a little more confident and at ease with the 2-goal lead. Kilmar asking for the ball, and a run by Samuel Plumage, putting pressure on the midfielder, and they won it. Now Tony, they have numbers. Plumage asking for it on the right. He gives it instead to Vakram, who keeps it alive. This is Tony. Now they're looking to switch it to Samuel, and somehow it makes its way over. Samuel cutting inside, running at full speed, seeing the runs being made. That pass was intercepted. Garcia now over to Rosero, puts in a good ball to Ruiz, where only he can get it, and a run is being made inside the box. Ruiz cutting and jabbing. And then Cham does well to be well positioned and intercept that ball. Demba making his way up the field, but gives it away. A slip there from the midfielder earns Kelmendi the ball back, and another sub will be taking place for New York Renegades. Looks like Ruiz is a player that is heading off the pitch after his goal and second goal of the game, double the lead for the home team. Coach Linares balancing minutes between his starters. He takes out the left winger, puts in Mauricio Puerto, sporting the number 25. Woods asking for it, chooses to go with Ukia instead. And there's an offside flag raised on Barrio Nuevo, I believe that is. So many 20s on the pitch, hard to keep track of. That was a good header from Claudian, but it gets to the defense for Renegades. Targeting Puerto, give it away instead. Middle of the pitch, Kelmendi will get the ball from a throw-in. Only orange jerseys there. Kilmar gives it over to Rosero, who now finds Angelo Quintanilla making a run. He goes over to Dylan Woods. Woods, edge of the box. He goes outside. Now he can put a ball inside. And it looks like he ran out of room. That ball went out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Or an offside. Either or. Kelmendi gets the ball either way. But to give it right back and get it right back, Waldron trying to keep it alive, and he does. Now number 14 for Kelmendi is through. And Solano tracks back, uses that speed to get that ball right back before the shot was taken by number 14, Claudian. And an exhausted midfielder is down on the pitch, slowly making his way up, and making his way up the pitch also is Mauricio Puerto. He goes over to Urquilla, and now Woods will put another cross into the box. He goes inside to Rosero. Urquilla. That is once again offside. A nice stop by the keeper anyway. But forwards are not being able to time their runs with that back line from Kelmendi that was doing so well in the first 45 minutes of this match. Good win by Tony there. Now they have numbers. Tony is still going up the pitch. And once again, the defense just doing its job, tracking back and winning the possession right back. Kelmendi has a foul in their favor in the middle of the pitch. McCulley. Samuel and Puerto fighting for that ball. Renegades come out on top. And Demba won it for a second, loses it right away though. Possession continues to go back and forth between both teams. Kilmar switches the field over to Christian Garcia. Woods. And now Quintanilla, good ball. He freezes it. Tracks back. Urquilla still. He sees a run by number 28, by Barrio Nuevo, who puts the ball across the box for the third goal of the match. And it is Christian Garcia, the left back, who triples the lead now for the home team. It looked like the defense was waiting for the flag to be raised once again, like it had for the past couple of plays. But in that occasion, they timed the run to perfection. And now it is a score of 3-0 for the home team. This is more of the scoreline we expected for the first half. Late better than never, and now more subs will take place for the home team. Again, as they look to freshen up those legs. Long calendar season for this Renegade squad that always has tournament action as well. Javon Voix enters the pitch. So that's number 33, Christian Garcia. And now for the next 20 minutes, Renegades will just work on with primarily subs to keep this clean sheet and add more goals to their tally. Quintanilla. Here is Tony. Tony has done well since coming on as a sub. Finds over Samuel Plumage, who tries to put a cross in the box, but it gets deflected right away. Instead, it'll be a corner kick for Kelmendi. Stephen McCulley will be in charge of putting this corner into the box. Hasn't really seen much of the ball, but he puts in a good ball. Giancarlo Perez takes care of it second time around. Rosero timing his run, and they find him. Flag stays down, wide open. That ball takes a deflection, and Marcel comes out to scoop it up. Kelmendi entered this match after a 5-0 loss versus Braveheart, a 2-6 loss versus Red Hook the week prior, and an 8-1 loss on this pitch against Empire. Three goals they face right now are currently the least they've faced in a game for a while. And reminder, this first half ended with a 0-0 scoreline. Here is Dylan Woods. Demba now. Over to Jurgen. And here's Tony now. Tony does well to find the run coming from his teammate. Gets it right back. And that is a good ball for number 13, Czech Ragami. Kelmendi might be onto something here, but they don't find the finishing touch inside the box that is required. No whistle from the referee. Tony now, he can take the shots. He teases it and now passes it on. Instead, here is Valdrin, who now takes a shot, and it is a comfortable save for Giancarlo. The chances are few and far between for the visiting squad. Puerto has a ton of room to work with. Puerto asking for it back. Instead, Quintanilla chooses to go with Dylan Woods. Quintanilla gets it back. Daniel Luquilla is there for support. Now Puerto gets it. Left side of the box. He makes his way inside. Now Daniel Luquilla. And there's a shot. Once again off target for Renegades. Tony Phillip. Renegades just focus on putting the finishing touches on this victory at home. Kilmar, nicely lofted ball there for the forward. He's onside. He plays it on to Christian Garcia. Garcia goes down. No penalty call. Referee says get up. Oh, and that's a bad giveaway now. Garcia has the second time around. And he puts in another good ball. And once again, a diving stop from the keeper. Renegades, a couple of chances there to make their lead even wider. Powerful kick from the keeper, looking for the man up top. That is Waldron. He's been by himself for most of this match up there, facing against some big defenders. And wow, looking for some bonus points there in a peculiar way to stop the ball. Gets the job done though. Here it comes Dylan Woods over to Quintanilla. Woods gets the right ball that he was asking for. Now he puts a cross into the box. It'll result in another corner for Renegades. This is a very confident squad. And here comes the ball into the box. Quintanilla will look to put this one in, straight into the keeper's hands. Samuel, the wide option for the keeper. And this is Philip. Doesn't see the defender right across from him, and they keep it in play very well here to Wa. Quintanilla. Woods gets the ball that he was asking for. Demba, right place, right time, preventing that ball from getting inside. I believe that was actually Solano making a run up the field. Now he makes his way back as Samuel Plumage, looking for something to get his team into this match. They get a foul on Tony. And a defender goes down for Kelmendi. That is Jurgen Nakaj. While this wall is being set, the player is down for Kelmendi, but he's back onto his feet now. The subs are limited for this Kelmendi squad. Not many made the trip over to Long Island. It'll be a three-man wall for the orange and blue. And that is way off target for another goal kick headed for Giancarlo Perez. A reminder to head over to our Instagram page at Game and Frame to place your vote for Goal of the Month for September. Voting ends tomorrow, Sunday, October 5th at 11:59, right before midnight. The winner of your vote wins a Salt Air Case Cleat Bag. So make your vote count by heading over to our Instagram page and placing your vote. Philip, nice move to get past Kilmar. And now done well there by OJ to win it back. Cooley not able to get to that one. Puerto making a run. So is Christian Garcia. Keeper is off his line, way off his line, and makes the interception that is needed to put an end to that attack. You got to say, Philip Tony has been a spark for the offense, but not much has been made from the rest of his teammates since he's come on. And that was a bad giveaway there. Tony on the ball, gets it through to his teammate, gets it back now. And this is Clodion making his way up the pitch. Samuel Plumage. Samuel is in the opening, one-on-one with the keeper, and it was a bad miss at the end. It can't get much easier than that for this Kelmendi squad. That play required a goal. And unfortunate for the winger, it wasn't to be on that case. That would have made the end of this game, the last 10 minutes or so, more interesting. Instead, here comes the Renegades offense once again. Junior Rosero is there to meet the ball. One-on-one with Nakaj, puts the ball across the box, and there's the finishing touch to make it 4-0. Christian Garcia. New York Renegades, go up on Kelmendi. Nice involvement from the second half subs to put the final nail on the coffin of this game, solidify another victory for Renegades as they seek that first place position to end the season. They battle Braveheart for contention of that first place spot, and they face each other next week. Bad giveaway for Kelmendi there. Quintanilla gets the ball back. Not much else, just a foul against. That was a lovely ball there from Junior Rosero to find Christian Garcia wide open in front of the net. All he had to do was put the foot in to cross the line. And now Puerto gets it on the left side of the box. Looks inside. Quintanilla. Kilmar now. Now Woods likes to put in a good cross, and he does. There's another header wide open, and a beautiful save from the keeper. What a dive to prevent the 5th goal. Best save of the match. He saved it towards the end of the match. Garcia almost had his brace. Instead, here's another corner that Renegades take quickly. Here's another cross. Kelmendi is there. Take 2. Kilmar trying to keep it alive. Stephen McCulley kicks it as far away as possible. And the defense is right where it needs to be to keep this ball in play. Javon looking to make a score of his own. He goes down in the box. It'll be a penalty as the bench yells in excitement for the center back who gets himself involved. A yellow card is shown to Yili Sufaj for the interference. And it looked like it was going to be a penalty. Instead, it's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the box, on the edge of the 18. This bench loves when Watt gets involved. He's had himself a highlight reel with that earlier ball he decided to bring down with his lower half earlier. And now he gets involved in a goal scoring opportunity, and they'll get a free kick out of it. This is a very difficult angle for the keeper to keep out. So Rosero may go through on goal. There's 4 actually orange jerseys that are going to each battle for free kick taker. Daniel steps away. Puerto is there as well as Quintanilla. Puerto does take it, and it's a nice save from the keeper. It remains 4-0. Nice move there by Phillip. Puts in a good ball for Samuel. Now could the break be on for the visiting Clodion? It'll be a throw-in. Samuel. Demba Cham. Stephen McCulley loses possession there. Mauricio Puerto now. Rosero sprinting to keep that ball in play, won't be able to do so on that occasion. Missed kick there from Stephen McCulley. Now Woods over to Kilmar. Renegades looking for bonus points, adding more goals to the tally. And Christian Garcia is making a run. He takes a shot. It looks like he rushed that one. He had more time than he thought. And Demba will make his way up the field, looking to rescue at least a goal here for the visiting squad, making a trip over from Yorktown Heights. And Demba just dribbles and dribbles to keep that play alive. Over to McCulley now. McCulley keeps it alive. And that goes to no one but the keeper. Now Woods never tiring. The midfielder over now is Daniel Ukia. Over to Puerto. Wow, looking to switch it over. Quintanilla shows support, edge of the box. Defense comes to make an intervention there. Goalkeeper clearance. Kelmendi has numbers here to work with. 4-on-4. Philip is the one you want the ball with. He goes back to Stephen McCulley. Now Samuel Plumage. Keeping it alive still somehow. It goes all the way back. Kildan now. Claudia. And an offside flag is raised. Just hasn't been the night for the visiting squad. At the end, there won't be much that Giancarlo has been needed for today. It'll end in a convincing win for New York Renegades after a scoreless first half. OJ. Kilmar looking to send on Dylan, who is going to be able to get that. Still has speed behind those legs. Good intervention there by Demba. Referee tells the fullback to get back to his feet. Manuel. Miscue there, as has been so often in this match. Kelmendi will have East Coast on their schedule, followed by Barcelona to end the season for them. Meanwhile, Renegades have two big matchups. Also a postponed game to make up with Brooklyn FC 2. New York Braveheart Dynamite matchup is next on their schedule, as well as AFC Academy, the team with the lone blemish on the record. The loss in the second week of the season, they get their revenge. They get their rematch against the team now currently in 4th place. This corner, looking for Solano. And the Renegade squad is everywhere on the pitch. That time Kilmar not able to do it cleanly. And Philip plays on from the midfield. It looked like it was going to be a good ball, but it wasn't able to be timed by the forward. Another offside flag, and we have a yellow card shown for kicking the ball away. We have about 30 seconds left of the 90 remaining in this match. Referee wasn't done writing his notes for that yellow card. A clean match for Renegades, no bookings on their end. but I count 4 for the visiting Kelmendi FC. Let's stick around post-match for the post-match interview, courtesy of New York Renegades, following their victory tonight. This is Rosero making the run. There is the final whistle to put an end to today's match. It was up in the air first half for both teams, scoreless draw for the first 45 minutes. But Renegades pick it up for the second half, score 4 unanswered. They end it 4-0 against Kelmendi FC, defending home turf, as they make a playoff tournament push for the remainder of the season. As mentioned earlier, stick around for the post-match interview, headed your way in just a couple of minutes.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Francis Argueta here for Game and Frame with Coach Boris Linares and Dylan Woods here after the home team won by a score of 4-0 versus visiting Kelmendi FC. Coach, we'll start with you first. It was a scoreless first half. What was your message at the break versus a Kelmendi squad that was playing you pretty tough for the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, they just closed up the first 45 minutes. So what we were looking for is trying to find the spaces to get a ball in. And also, it was just unfortunate that some of those shots just didn't go in. I felt like we got, I think, 7 or 8 corners and didn't deliver on any of them. So then at halftime, what we said is, like, we're going to calm it down and we're just going to attack them with 2 forwards. So we switched to a 3-man back line and then attacked them with the 2 forwards. And as you see, it gave us the spaces that we needed. They were tough. That defense was tough to crack.
And to follow up on that, what were they doing so well that was making it so difficult? But like you said, you found the openings in the second half to take advantage.
The 6 that was playing for them, their CDM was like very, very disciplined. He would go right to the open player and take away any shot. So we didn't have a clear shot. So we were trying to filter a ball in, and it wasn't working with one striker. So we decided to go 2 men on top to try to divide this 2 center backs to open up a space, and thankfully it worked out for us.
And here with Dylan Woods as well, you guys kept a clean sheet, and now you have 2 big games coming your way with Braveheart and Academy, who gave you your lone loss on the season. Yeah. What is your team planning towards the games coming up, and what do you take from this victory today?
Bueno, creo que de esta victoria nos llevamos algo muy importante, que fueron los 3 puntos. Hemos trabajado muy duro para eso y para los juegos que se vienen creo que también van a ser muy importantes. Lo que toca es seguir entrenando duro y seguir trabajando, y yo sé que si seguimos trabajando duro pues los resultados se dan, y es lo que estamos buscando.
Yeah, so he said that, the 3 points were very necessary going into these. Actually, we had 3 games to make up, so he's talking about we had to play against Brooklyn as well. Mm-hmm. So it's very important to get the 3 points here and then focus on what we have to do with the games upcoming, U.S. Open Cup as well.
And do you take a look at Braveheart, who is currently in first place, or do you tell your team to focus on, prioritizing getting 3 points, or are you also watching the table as the season progresses?
We basically know that Braveheart is going to be where they are. It's always been that way for, I think 5 years now is the rivalry going back and forth. So, I know they're there. So we have to take care of our business, and then, we'll see how it works out between us and them. Those games are exciting. So we hope to have one of those exciting games again. So we know it's coming and it's going to be tough. As always, I expect nothing less. I think me and the team, we've always met up at the finals against them. So no disrespect to other teams. Again, I just know that, they're always there,
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, so we're locked in on trying to get our points now and seeing what we can do. And hopefully fortune favors us and we get good results.
Well said, Coach. Here once again after New York Renegades win and defend home turf, win by a score of 4-0 versus Kelmendi FC. Stick around on Game and Frame for more action headed your way tomorrow.